Ladies and gentlemen, please listen close. While they were chasing followers, you disappeared. While they were shouting for attention, you went silent. And while they were swallowed by noise, you were building an empire. Now they're all asking, how did he do it? But it's too late. Because you didn't post it. You built it. Disappear, then build, then return. You stepped away from the spotlight. You walked into quiet. You walked into purpose. They shouted, they mocked, they chased trends. You stayed focused. You sparked discipline. You forged progress. They see the absence, they hear the silence, and they don't recognize the sound of your purpose. In that silence, you built your foundation, one line of code, one rep, one late night draft, one moment of fierce clarity. You turned whispers into walls. You turned stillness into momentum. You were a ghost, but inside, your empire rose. They talked. You didn't care. You created. You didn't share. You perfected. You didn't post. You launched. Their noise turned into static, and your impact, a shockwave. You trained your mind. You rewrote your identity. You whispered to yourself, I am the silent emperor, and your muscles believed. Your habits bent. Your will became iron. In your solitude, you built maps, plans, proofs. You let every tiny win stack. You let every doubt push you deeper. You let every moment of chaos drive you closer. They still wonder. They still ask why you disappeared. They still wait for announcements. You smile and build, in silence, with discipline, with stealth. Do you know the psychology of silence? Silence isn't empty, it's tactical. It creates space for creation. It disrupts the habitual chase for validation. It triggers your subconscious to dig deeper, to invent, to innovate, to elevate. Every time you resist checking your phone, you win. Every time you reject distraction, you reclaim mental real estate. Every moment you choose solitude, you sharpen your vision. They live for instant feedback. You live for deep feedback. From your work, your results, your evolution. That's what separates warriors from spectators. Let me tell you a short but powerful story. There was a man, call him Chris. He was a salesman, late nights, sales charts, always chasing numbers. Every month, replace the old target with a bigger one. Every month, the same exhaustion, the same high when numbers came in, the same crash when they didn't. One day he stopped. He dropped his phone at home. He didn't post that night. He stared at his reflection. He asked, who am I? Without the cell, without the call, without the noise? He stared for an hour. No phone, no alerts, no pings, just bones and breath. And inside, ideas began to form. In the silence, he built a coaching program, not because he wanted more followers, because he found a truth. 2 years later, he's scaling a business teaching, silence-based sales. They come to him, not the other way around. His empire isn't built on noise, it's built on mastery. And it's built around a man who learned to disappear. Tactics to commit to the shrine of silence. Silence blocks. Choose 2 daily blocks. morning and evening. 60, 90 minutes each. No devices, total focus, journal, create, meditate, plan, because your brain thrives in precision, not chaos. Shadow project. Start a project with no intention to share until it's proven. Call friends. I'm going off grid for this. Let them worry, develop, polish, test. When it's ready, launch. Their minds will snap. Visuality of victory. In silence, visualize your empire. See your logo, hear the impact, smell the success, feel the moment. Your work stands alone. In the spotlight, that vision seeds your identity. Identity affirmation. Every morning when you wake, say this out loud, chest forward. I am the silent emperor. I command without clamor. I build without notice. I will strike impact. This rewires your baseline. It shifts your posture. Your physiology follows. Story of steel. A soldier. Call her Mira. She trained in secret. She didn't tweet her drills. She didn't post stories of her sprints. She didn't brag about her grit. She let her uniform stay empty of likes. When deployment came, others panicked. She moved with cold calm. They depended on her. She saved lives. She led missions. She didn't speak about training. She let results speak. On debrief, the ranking officer looked at her. How did you stay so composed? How did you outlast everyone else? Mira smiled and touched her chest. I learned how to build in silence, she said. I became invisible so I could become unstoppable. Your silent empire. The empire isn't followers. It's value, it's results, it's changes. Real changes in lives. Real impact in niches. Real breakthroughs for real people. Silence builds the foundation of credibility. Action converts that credibility into authority. Launch amplifies that authority into legacy. Legacy isn't a post, it's a movement. Now, story. In tactical moment, there was a startup, call it Nova. The founders burned cash-chasing media buzz. They hyped every pivot. They chased VC applause. They built nothing. One founder lost hope. He broke away. He disappeared from Zoom calls. He disappeared from articles. He disappeared from the pitch circuit. He disappeared and focused on the tech. 6 months after, he reappeared with a working prototype, performance hit, bugs squashed, a story again. Investors flooded in. Users cheered. Now Nova is launching. 2.0. The silent pivot. A clean shot to the moon. Subconscious rewire. Repetition is prison. Repetition is empire. 2 affirmations, twice daily. I disappeared from the noise. I built a silent empire. Say it, pause, breathe, feel the blood in your veins. Let it sink deeper the next time noise screams. You don't flinch, you whisper it back. Build the mental wall. They'll try to pull you back in, they'll tag you, they'll call, they'll ask for updates, they'll nudge you, they'll wonder. Answer one question. Are you focusing? If yes, stay hidden. If not, reset your structure. Either way, you respond with, I'm building. I'll let results speak. That's your shield. That's your border. That's your rule. Story of cosmic calm. An artist. Call him Elias. He made soundscapes. He sampled nights. He layered moons. He didn't release. He didn't promote. He just built. One night, he dropped the album at midnight. No announcement, no pre-orders, no hype. 3 tracks, 1 platform. By sunrise, it had 100K streams. By morning, it was trending. By lunchtime, it had millions. Why? Because the art demanded attention. Because silence created curiosity. Because the content was real. They asked, how did you launch like an avalanche from nothing? Elias whispered, I disappeared to make the storm. Now the final sprint. Picture your empire, the product, the service, the message, the movement. Picture the people whose lives you'll touch. Picture the validation that's earned, quietly, invisibly, fiercely. Everything else fades when that picture grows strong. You feel it building, in your throat, in your chest, in your core. Let the tension build. Let it burn. Let it ignite. Because this is creation. This is dominion. This is the silent empire rising. Now, return to the present. Stand up. Take a breath. Set a timer. Enter the silent work zone. Mornings, evenings, no devices, no distractions. Build, stack, reclaim, claim, dominate. When you drop your work, drop like a bomb. Shake the world. Make them notice. Because you disappeared from the noise and built a silent empire. They laughed when you vanished. They got loud when you went silent. But now they're quiet. Because you built an empire they can't ignore. You didn't need applause. You needed discipline. You didn't need eyes on you. You needed war inside you. Now they watch. They whisper. They regret. Because you disappeared from the noise. And you came back a king. Let that echo. Walk forward. Your empire awaits.